Hey guys, how's it going? DUJ2 here, and welcome back to Fortnite Save the World, and welcome to a Let's Talk. We are going to talk about Affliction and Snare today, and the reason why I'm going to talk about this is ever since I put out my Paleo Luna video, my must-have video of her. If you guys don't have Paleo Luna yet, I gotta tell you, you gotta get her. She is amazing. She's incredible. Also, the quest, the Tales of Beyond quest, incredibly fun. She's on the third page. You can get it right there. If you guys want to watch that video, I'm going to make it pop up there in the corner. Just go ahead and click the little eye that's going to pop up. You can go check it out if you want, or you can check it out. I'll probably leave it at the end of the video as well. You guys can go check it out. But it is a game changer for damage for ninjas. She is absolutely incredible. I have tried a couple of different setups instead of her because, you know, I the fact she doesn't have Dragon Slash, it's kind of difficult for me to, you know, play like that. But I'm kind of getting used to not having Dragon Slash. If I have to have Dragon Slash, I do have a setup that I can kind of move around a little bit. But I gotta say, she is absolutely incredible. She is amazing. The damage output that she can give is absolutely incredible. It's wonderful. So if you guys want to check that out, please do. But ever since then, ever since I did that video, I have been getting, I've been getting so many comments and questions from people about why do I prefer Affliction over Snare? Why is that? And we're just going to focus on those two. We're just going to focus on those two passives right here. And while we do that, I'm going to be working on a few of these weapons. I'm actually going to be leveling up a couple of these weapons, taking a couple of them to 130 for use. I'm going to be using them very soon. I'm going to be changing their perks a little bit around too. You know what? I can probably change their perks around, but I don't think I'll be able to take them to legendary just yet. I need to farm a little bit more legendary before we do that. Or who knows? I might just go ahead and do it in this video. We might just go ahead and do it. So while we talk about this and while we go through them and talk about these weapons, I want to talk about Snare and Affliction. Why is it that I prefer Affliction over Snare? Because a lot of people constantly ask me, let's go ahead and start with the stabs worth here. We're going to take it to 130. A lot of people constantly ask me, actually, you know what? I just realized this Stabsworth is... Oh, I made this one Obsidian long time ago. We can actually start working on another one. We could actually start working on another one. Do I have another Stabsworth? I do, and I have one that has Affliction. So, and we have another one here that has Affliction. And it was recombobulated. Wow, there's a lot of them. Both of them have Affliction. This one already has Life Leech and damage to afflicted, which actually I'm actually thinking about changing some of these weapons, and instead of having damage to afflicted, because with Paleo Luna and the new setup, everything just dies in one hit. Like, no kidding, it's incredible. So I'm kind of thinking of changing this to a damage to miss monsters and bosses, because if I'm going to be using Paleo Luna, like I said, everything just dies in the flash. It's amazing. But anyway, and this one is, I do have another one, don't I? Do I have another vacuum tube? I do have another vacuum tube. That one has Snare though. I think I got another vacuum tube sword as well. Didn't I? No, I didn't. Oh, I did. And I got another one that has Affliction as well. So I could go ahead and use this one. This one has double life leech. Wow. So I could go ahead, and this one already has damage to miss monsters. Wow. Okay, I might actually have to make side-by-side comparisons of several. Man, this is going to take a lot of reperk and perk up and everything. But anyway, let's get to what we're talking about. So what we're talking about is Affliction and Snare. What's the difference, and why is it that I enjoy Affliction over Snare? Now, Snare, if we look at it, let's find a weapon that has Snare. Right here. So Snare says damage dealt with this weapon snares the target by 30% for 6 seconds. Now, this is the important thing to remember about Snare. Snare is a weapon. Snare is a attribute, I guess you could say, that, or a perk. It's a passive perk, and everything here that you're looking at is the last perk. These last perks cannot be changed. They are passive perks, and they pretty much just are on there. You can never change them. You can't do anything about them. All you can do is try and hope that you get a different weapon with a different one of these perks, because there's going to be a lot of different perks. Like I said, right now we're pretty much just focusing both on the Affliction and on Snare. So snares the target by 30% for 6 seconds. So basically what it does is that you're gonna see like these shackles appear on around the ankles of enemies, and the easiest ones to see this on are going to be the big ones, you know. So your smashers, you know, if you look at a smasher, huskies actually too, you're gonna see these like shackles appear around their feet, and for 6 seconds they're snared by 30%. Now this means that they're going to move a little slower. It doesn't mean that they're going to completely be stopped, and that right there for me is something that I kind of wish that we had a way of snaring enemies by 100%. And in that case, I would probably use snare more, let's say on for ranged weapons, you know, because can you imagine being able to completely stop a mist monster dead in his tracks? That would be amazing. Being able to have like a smasher or a taker completely stopped and snared, you know, like they couldn't move at all, that would be awesome. Even if it wasn't for 6 seconds, but just having them just stay there would be really great. Now, in this case, I know that a lot of people, and I really do enjoy ninjas. If you guys have been watching my videos, you know that for the first year of me playing this game, if not more, I pretty much just use ninjas. I had before season 8, okay, before we got the new hero loadout system, all that, I pretty much just used 2 heroes, okay? That's it. I used a ninja, well, 3 heroes. I used first the assassin ninja, then the master ninja, and I also used the Lovestruck or Loveborn, or the, what's his name? Gargoyle Jonesy, the first one that came out in the first Valentine's event. Though that's it. Of course, before version 8, before season 8, the hero loadout system was very, very different. It didn't really operate the same way that, you know, our system works now right now, so it didn't really, you know, it didn't really matter in that sense. So, or it didn't matter like that, I guess I could say. You know what? I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna start working. I'm gonna start working on this stabs worth while we talk. Because I do need two stabs worth, because we need the speed. You know what? Actually, we need to make one shadow shard, and then I forget what it is. Sunbeam? I forget. Anyway, so back before then, I would only use a couple of heroes. And also, long time ago, even way before the whole hero thing and everything, I pretty much, and this is something that a lot of people don't know, whenever we would open up llamas, we didn't have this hero, this perk recombobulator system. We couldn't do this. A long time ago, if these were the perks you got, those are the perks you're stuck with. That's it. That's all you could do. You couldn't change them. You couldn't upgrade. You couldn't do anything. You were completely 100% stuck with the ones that you had. And that's a lot of, like, when people say the legacy weapons, that's what a legacy weapon is. A legacy weapon is a weapon that you got before the recombobulator system came out. So that you were kind of stuck with them like that. Now, we're gonna take this one to Shadow Shard. Yes, let's take it to Shadow Shard, because we're gonna have to see. You know what? I'm gonna have to compare these two side by side. But anyway, continuing on to Affliction and Snare. So pretty much that's all you could do. When you have Snare, it slows the enemies, it stops the enemies. And a lot of people who do ninjas, as I was saying before, I've been playing ninjas for a very, very, very long time. If you play a ninja, you know that a lot of people have said Snare is way better. Why is Snare better? Because what Snare can do is that Snare will slow down an enemy, so you can dance around them. You know, you can, if you're a ninja, you can just encircle them or go around them, hitting them. If you guys have watched me play, I do that all the time with mist monsters. It's just what we, you know, learn to do. It's how we learn to, it's how we learn to. Well, let me go ahead and. Do I want to favorite that one? No, I'm not going to favorite. Yes, I am. No, I'm not. Sorry. It's how we learn to, you know, fight against those monsters. So that's what Snare can do. And of course, both with the Snare and with Affliction, there is a perk that is called Damage to Slowed and Snare Targets. Now, if you see here, it's going to be, let's see, we have a legendary one. Do I have a legendary one? Well, let's see here. So this one has life leech. Do I have another one with? Okay, here one. Okay, so if we take it up, let's go ahead and check this here. I'm not going to take it up yet, but if we take this up, it's going to be up to 45%. So 45% damage to afflicted targets if you take it to legendary, and of course, if you take it to slow and snare targets as well, it's going to be 45%. So on top of that, once you, man, that this weapon is beautiful. Look how beautiful this weapon is. Man, that is a gorgeous weapon. I love it. It's an amazing weapon. Anyway, if you go ahead and you cause affliction or you cause snare on the target, what happens? If you snare a target, it holds it and they will move. If you cause affliction to a target, then affliction is a damage over time. Now, it depends what your level it is. It depends against the level of enemy you're going up against. But affliction will cause a percentage, a small percentage of damage on an enemy. Now, if you guys have played with it a long time, you know that a lot of times that affliction is enough to finish off an enemy. So you can kind of walk away from it. You know, you can shoot an enemy, or personally for me, I love using Zap Zap. I use a Zap Zap. It has affliction. And normally, if I don't defeat the enemy, it's got just a, you know, a little bit of health left. So if I just leave it alone, it'll die. Affliction will take out the enemy. I personally really prefer affliction over anything else. The damage over time can really be good. It can really help you out as well. And of course, once you put the damage to afflicted, the last perk, if you change it to damage to afflicted, or if you change it to damage to slowed and snare targets, what happens? On top of the regular damage, the first hit, you're going to snare or afflict the enemy. And then the second hit and any consequent, any following hits after that, you're going to cause 37.5, or if it's legendary, 45% damage. Now, of course, that does change. 30% if it's rare. Do I have another one? I don't know how much it is if it's uncommon. I have no idea. You know what? I don't think I've ever seen... Oh, there we are. Okay, so it's 15%. Oh, look at this. 15%. It's 15% if it is... if it's the bottom one. So I wonder how much it is. Let's see. 15% if it's uncommon, and 22.5% if it's rare. 30% if it, sorry, 22.5% if it's uncommon. So the common is 15%. I didn't know that. So yeah, so that extra damage will be added and continued there. Now, that's pretty much why we have that. Why we have affliction, we have snare. Now, personally for me, like I said, and this is very important because this is my personal opinion. This is what I personally enjoy doing with this game. I enjoy having snare. I enjoy snare much more. I enjoy affliction. Sorry, I enjoy affliction much more than I enjoy snare on top of other enemies. Personally, for me, it's just because I enjoy that. I enjoy being able to attack an enemy, and then if I need to, just run away, and knowing that the little bit of health that it has left, affliction will take care of it. If I'm using a sword or if I'm using any weapon, it means one less hit for me. It means one less ammo round. It means one less launcher and things like that. So affliction can really, really be awesome to continue causing that damage over time. And of course, you will have that extra here, that's just amazing. Now, this is something that I am thinking about doing, is I am thinking of changing this last one to damage to afflicted. That's because damage to missed monsters, because the current setup that I'm using means that I do a ton of damage. I do so much damage on that first hit that I can't even begin to tell you guys. It's incredible. It's absolutely incredible how much damage we are doing with Paleo Luna, that I'm realizing most enemies are just dying on the first hit. So I don't really need to have damage to afflicted here. I can actually go and I can start changing these and putting damage to miss monsters and bosses. So I don't know, and that means that on the first hit I'm also going to be able to get more damage. I don't know, I'm still debating on this just because it is so much fun. I'm having so much fun with Paleo Luna. If you don't have her, guys, honestly, I definitely recommend you get her. Get Blast from the Past, buy the other Dino Heroes. It makes a world of difference. It is so much fun to play. It's so much fun playing ninjas again. Ninjas are just incredible. They're so much fun. But anyway, I'm gonna leave it there, guys. I just wanted to make this little explanation of why personally for me I prefer. And you know what? You may enjoy Snare more than Affliction, and that's okay too. It really is about personal preference in this game, because look how many different weapons we have. These are just the melee weapons. Well, those are my epic ones, which I need to get rid of a lot of these. But we have just swords. We have so many swords. It's amazing the amount of swords that we have, and we only have 3 slots. You can only use 3 slots in each one. And actually, you know what? I need to go ahead and yeah, I need to work on this, don't I? Oh, you know what? Let's go ahead and I kind of want to make it obsidian, actually. I kind of want to make this weapon obsidian. Do I have another one? Did I? Yeah, I did get another hammer. This has snare, and oh, the cloud. Yes, the steam cloud. Oh, the steam cloud. We actually wanted to do that. I want to level this one up, and I want to get rid of this one because of that steam cloud. That steam cloud sounds so cool. All right, I'll have to work on that after. I'll start working it right now. You know, why not? But anyway, I'm going to leave it there, guys. If you think about it, we only have 3 slots. I personally only have 2 slots because, as you guys can see, I always keep my Baron in my first slot now. So keeping my Baron in my first slot means that I don't really have that much space. So you have to be really careful with how many weapons you use. We have so many weapons, guys, and honestly, it's up to you. It's up to you what you prefer to play with. For those of you who are coming to the streams, you know that I constantly say this. The reason why I use the weapons that I use, especially the guns that I use and the ARs and everything, I use them because I enjoy the sound. That's really what matters to me. How a weapon looks and the sound of it, how it sounds. That's how it makes me feel, you know. So there's so many different weapons. There's so many different loadouts. There's so many different setups. Of course, there are a handful of very meta loadouts that you can do massive amounts of damage with. But in the case of, let's say, like this, like with Paleo Luna, I've learned that having Paleo Luna, I am doing just gigantic amounts of damage. So much damage that pretty much every single enemy up to the miss monsters, even huskies, I can one hit. I can one swipe practically, well, actually all the enemies, even the fridge huskies, yeah, even them. That you can, I can one hit them. So in that case, I can start investigating other things. I can start looking for different setups. I can start trying out different weapons, changing around things. I can remove some perks and change them for others because I don't have to have them. What's more important to me is speed, and then I can start doing other things. So it's an awesome game. It's an awesome world of possibilities and things that we can do with this. The important thing, guys, is to have fun. Definitely have fun with this game. Enjoy it. It's an amazing game. I forgot that I need to work on this thing, and of course my Baron is going to be purely what's it called? We're gonna make this Baron. It's got steam. I really do wonder about the steam. We'll have to make it speed because we got speed is key, guys. Speed is key for me. Speed is so important in this game. Anyway, thanks a lot for watching, guys. As always, I am DUJ2. I get to recycle this one. You know what? If you guys want to come to the stream tomorrow, we're going to recycle some weapons and work on a couple more here. So thanks a lot for watching, guys. You guys have a wonderful night. If you're still watching at this point, for those of you who don't know, I am starting a new thing both on my community page and on the streams. My community page, I'm going to be posting every day that I can what new V-Buck missions are available, so you guys can just go check out my community page so you guys know right away. And I'm also thinking about starting a new thing every Wednesday, which is going to be War Game Wednesdays. So if you guys want to be a part of that, yeah, just follow me on Twitter, see when I go live, and we'll be having some fun with War Games every single Wednesday. Thanks a lot for watching, guys. As always, I am DUJ2, and I will see you guys next time. See ya.